Okay, so now I'm going to do a basic pedicure. I already added my regular water and a little less than half in hot water, and I'm adding a little bit of the liquid soap, not much, because of course you know with the soap and it starts to bubble, it will bubble over. And I'm throwing some of my foot soap into the water. I like the spearmint and the menthol. Actually, it's very soothing for the feet, and I love that menthol. I love the smell. Actually, menthol is very soothing for the muscles. So of course the client doesn't have any polish on the toes, so all I'm going to do, instead of clipping the toes because his toenails is already short, I'm basically just going to file the toenails. There is no old polish to remove. He does not have any length to cut, so I'm just basically filing the toenails. Now I'm going to push back the cuticles on the toenails, so that when I'm ready to put the cuticle remover and to clean the cuticle area, it will have already been prepped. And now I'm going to let him put his foot in the water to soak. Feet, next foot, sorry, and is basically the same. His toenails are very short, so I'm just going to file and smoothen out the surface of the nail. Right, and I'm now going to gently push back the cuticles. And now I'm going to let his feet soak for 15 minutes. So now we are going to scrub the feet. So I'm taking some of my foot scrub, rubbing it on the feet like this, putting a little bit under the feet as well. Bend your knee. And I'm making sure the foot is getting a good scrub. See, I'm going under the feet. Right, put it back in the water. Next foot. I proceed to do the same. I'm applying some scrub under the feet and on top the feet. Put it back in the water. So now I'm going to take my rasper and I'm going to scrub underneath the feet. So you see, I'm holding the feet and I'm scrubbing using my rasper to get out any dead skin from under the feet. You will see it coming through here. With a little help from the client, he is holding up the majority of the weight. Now most of the buildup usually is in this area and on the side, so you know your focus there the most. And if you don't get out all, it's quite okay, because the callus remover will do the rest. This rasper has already done an excellent job. Take a look at that. I will show you a picture before, how it was before, so that you would see for yourself the difference in the water. Now I'm going on to the next foot. So I'm using my rasper and I'm gently filing. I shouldn't say gently, but not roughly, trying to get out all the dead skin and the callus from under the feet. Even though the client is holding up his foot, I'm still feeling like my hands want to fall off my shoulder. So if you hear me sound like a tremble in my voice, it's the strain of holding the client's foot and filing at the same time. Sometimes you could let them rest down the feet so you can get a little ease up. So you see this here? Notice this? Right. No matter how much I file, you see it isn't coming out. The callus remover will take out all of this. So I'm gently just washing off some of the scrub off his feet, because I'm now going to apply the cuticle softener to the cuticles and clean his cuticle area. Bend your knee and put your foot flat. Nice. So I already pushed back the cuticles from in the beginning, and I'm just going in to clean the cuticle area. Right, now I'm going on to the next foot. Bend your knee. And I'm applying the cuticle softener. Nice. So now I'm going to apply the callus remover to remove the remaining callus and dead flesh from under the feet and the dead skin from under the feet. So I'm drying off the feet thoroughly. Please do not apply any callus remover on the top of the skin. It is for under the feet only, and do not apply callus remover to someone's feet without having on a gloves. The callus remover eats away dead cells and skin from under the feet. It will eat away your fingers if you do not use a gloves. So this is my callus remover. So you see I'm applying it to my glove like this. And I'm going to apply it where it's needed the most. So the sole of the feet, like this area here, where it has the most buildup. and then I proceed to put the rest under the feet like this. Then I'm going to take a plastic bag and put it over the feet. Hopefully it should fit. Hopefully. It barely fits, but that's okay. So I let him put his foot down outside of the spa and let him put up the other foot. So I dry the feet thoroughly once again, the other foot. And I put some of the callus remover into my hand. And I place it. I put the majority of callus remover where there's the most buildup, and then I rub the rest under the feet. Of course I can do this because the client is holding up his entire weight for himself of his feet. So that way I can pass this under his feet like this. Notice I'm not putting it on top, just under the feet. I get my plastic bag and you check a minute or two for the most, and then you would remove the plastic bag. So we are just holding on for a minute or two until I'm ready to remove the bags. So now that a minute has passed, I'm going to remove the bag now from off his feet. Let him gently dip it back into the water. Just dip it and take it out. And I'm using my small rasper to remove any dead flesh from under the feet. So this shall do the final trick. I don't think this is doing enough justice to me. I believe in this rasper because it's like a heavy duty rasper that does the job. And if you watch coming closer to the camera, you would see that the dead flesh I was showing you from before is no longer there. Notice it has gone, disappear. Smooth like a newborn. Get behind those heels. That's where it gets the most build up. And now I would let him dip it back into the water and I proceed to the next foot. I remove the plastic bag and let him dip his foot gently in the water. And I proceed to scrub. Now I want you to see, observe, this is all the buildup from the callus remover. This is what was lifted up off of the feet. So in case you think that nothing is coming out, yes it is. Right, and I let him put it back in the water to soak. And I gently rinse off the feet. Now I will go with my foot file, or you can use a pumice stone. I prefer using the foot file, and I smoothen off the underneath of the feet. You see the difference under the feet? Next one. So I'm gently smoothing out the underneath of the feet with my foot file. As I said, you can also use a pumice stone. The two basically does almost the same thing. Right, so I gently rinse off the feet.